welcome, trolls. First sees all.
I thought it would be an interesting change to, and well related and associated to my work, looking at ancient civilizations. Because this area and finding is related to the ancient ruins of Kent, England, I'm going to show you Roman villas. Right now, this is a medieval period finding. They were building fortifications in Kent, England in 1806, and this was found. The Knights Templar Church, Dover. The Knights Templar Church, Dover, is the ruins of a medieval church in Bredenstone Hill, part of Dover Western Heights in Kent, England. It's been designated by English Heritage as a scheduled monument. So, what are the Knights of Templar? The poor fellow soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon, the protectors of the secret of Christ. They check out religious sites. They protect religious sites. This is supposedly what that name does. You'll see a lot of people online with that logo pretend that they're, the protectors. But here, ancient ruins in Kent. Check this out. This is pretty incredible. So, this dates back, my friends, so back, okay? 440 and 400 AD, something like that, I think they were saying about the ruins in Kent. I didn't get much information on this image, and I don't know if it's exactly in Kent, England. It's called the Ruins of Kent, England. I'm assuming it is, and if so, speaking of ruins, check it out. I have a lot of pictures here that date back to medieval and prehistoric friggin' times. How could they have dug all that out of the stone without using machinery? Yeah, they were well evolved and advanced back in the days. So you had these very religious, spiritual people that had, who knows, the knowledge of doing all these this beautiful architecture way back. Look at this ancient floor. That's absolutely amazing. Imagine leaving your floor there for a couple of hundreds of years and coming back and just brushing it off and it being like brand new. Yeah. Let's go over to definitely one of my favorites, one of the areas, Cambodia. Angkor, a region in Cambodia that served as a seal of the Khmer Empire. The largest empire, Southeast Asia, that flourished between the 9th and 15th centuries. Empire's Hindu and Mahayana Buddhist beliefs. The temples of Angkor are awe-inspiring reminders of what was the largest pre-industrial urban center in the world, larger than modern-day New York. There are over 100 stone temples scattered throughout the Angkor region. Forgive me, I'm bouncing in and out of periods and eras. The dynastic period started with the reign of Egypt's first king, Narmer, in approximately 3100 BC and ended up with the death of Cleopatra VII in 30 BC. During this long period, there were times of strong centralized rule and periods of much weaker divided rule, but basically Egypt remained one independent land. Early Maya. We said 3100 BC for the Egyptian era, but now we're looking at early Maya 1800 BC to 250 AD. The earliest Maya settlements date to around 1800 BC, or of the beginning of what is called the pre-classic or formative period. The Mayan temples, absolutely amazing, ancient civilization. This is Mexico, one of the temples in Mexico. Let's go over to a Mayan temple in a stone wall, actually, and construction in Belize. So we have all these findings. So it was quite the big civilization, Mayans. Here's a beautiful Mayan pyramid. We're still in Mexico. The Maya civilization was a Mesoamerican civilization developed by the Maya peoples. Noted for its, this is interesting, its logosyllabic script. This is, okay, we're talking about the most advanced and highly developed writing system in pre-Columbian Americas, as well as for its arts, architecture, mathematics, the calendar, the Mayan calendar, and astronomical system. So if we were to go onto the moon, here's Sinus Iridum. Look at all the bumps around it at the back. And again, we see it along the terminator line. That's why we're seeing all this beautiful elevation. The black line that's there, those of you just arriving to the channel, well, it elevates the surface for us. It shows us everything standing up so we can see a better view of the surface. And that's why I often film along the terminator line. So what about ancient civilizations on the moon? Or recent, because some of them don't look too ancient and then again some of them don't look too recent. So could there be both? You know, you see a lot of walls, formations, objects side by side. Fascinates me, that's for sure. Surprised it's not in the news yet. At the end of the Apennine Mountains, which are the highest elevated region on the moon, the mountains, the Apennine Mountains, this is Eratosthenes crater, 59 kilometers in diameter, and look at all the objects inside of the crater that longs and passes right across it. Seeing pyramids on the moon, it would be a lot smaller, right? A lot smaller, because we're far away from the moon. We don't know how far, but we are far enough if the objects look that small. Obviously, it's another planet, right? It's a moon beside us. Look at the surface. What do you think of that? Look at the lines, okay, of the objects side by side of the same structural, same sizes, same width. It's obviously some type of old ancient city that's there, or it's, like I said, camouflaged, brand spanking new, always being reproduced. Buildings, maybe there's a lot of people up there working, or maybe there's another race going there to excavate the moon. So you see, you have all these theories and possibilities that are out there. But all I know is that seeing a surface like that, it definitely looks like a surface where people are or were. Bianchini Crater, one of my favorite areas. You could see the ridge of Bianchini Crater. Everything is built. It's not a crater. Yeah, a built crater, but there's nothing meteor related to that. You could see the walls and bridges going to it around it. What a big lie. Why? Why would they lie like that to us? Either, I'm telling you what, NASA, at one point you had to realize that someone was going to catch on. We're not that stupid. Look at the shapes and forms on the surface. Look at the squares beside Lycus and the other craters here. You see the squares around, not around, going over the edge of the crater, and you can see through it. So what's that screen doing there? What the hell is that? This channel, as much as it gets attacked, it also gets a lot of support. C. Crawface, Darla Lama, Leanne Sully, Mr. Richard Crooks, Mr. Michelle Oberson, Julia Craig. I'd like to thank each and every one of you. Michel Meltet, merci. Thanks, everyone.
This is Houston. Say again, please.
Houston,